Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging headfirst into a phenomenon that's got the internet buzzing. Criminal Justice Season 4.
Oh, yeah.
If you've scrolled through any social media feed recently, you'll know the sheer hype around Pankaj Tripathi's return as Madhav Mishra has been, well, absolutely undeniable.
It really has. And to give you the clearest picture, we've gathered quite a stack of sources for this one.
Okay.
We've got insights from major news outlets like The Times of India, her Zindagi, OTT Play, and yes, we even took a fascinating tumble down the Reddit rabbit hole.
Ah, Reddit. Always interesting. Which sub?
Specifically the Indian OTT B-Stuff community, some really detailed discussions there.
Right. So what we want to do today is basically break down the most important nuggets from all this, give you a kind of shortcut to being really well-informed on this courtroom thriller.
Especially as it's heading towards its finale.
Exactly. We'll unpack why fans are both raving and, let's be honest, feeling a bit frustrated.
Yeah.
And then we'll dive into some of the wildest fan theories about who the killer might actually be. It gets pretty creative.
It's been quite the ride for viewers. The anticipation for Season 4 of Family Matter was incredibly high.
Huge.
When it premiered on JioHotstar back on May 29th, people were ready to settle in for that glorious long binge.
But then came the twist, and it wasn't exactly in the plot, was it?
Not at all. Immediately after release, viewers were, well, pretty vocal about their disappointment because only the first 3 episodes dropped.
Just 3. I saw some comments online, like that one on X, formerly Twitter, basically saying, why do you want your platform to lose subscribers? You're harming yourself releasing episodes like this. Pretty blunt.
And that frustration was everywhere. The confirmed weekly release schedule, a new episode every Thursday, that really caused a stir.
I bet.
Another fan put it, why ruin the experience by releasing shows in parts? Will you let us pay our yearly charges in installments every Thursday? You can really feel the annoyance there.
Yeah, it shows how much the binge-watching culture has set expectations, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, we've all been there, right? Hitting next episode and just getting nothing.
Right.
You had people saying things like, look, I'll just wait till all episodes are out. I'm a binge watcher, not waiting every week.
And some felt that initial excitement, that hype, kind of fizzled out because of the wait.
Even though they loved Pankaj Tripathi.
Exactly. And they naturally compared it to Prime Video or Netflix, who often drop everything at once.
But there's another side to this, isn't there?
Well, yeah. While the weekly thing annoyed the binge crowd, you could argue it's a calculated move by JioHotstar.
To keep people subscribed longer, keep the conversation going.
Precisely. It turns viewers into active participants over weeks, not just a weekend. And importantly, despite the schedule backlash, the episodes themselves, they got very positive reviews.
Especially for Pankaj Tripathi.
Absolutely. His return as Madhav Mishra and the gripping plotline were definitely praised.
Okay, so while the release schedule caused some drama, let's talk about the actual drama unfolding in A Family Matter. What's the case about?
Right, so it's directed by Rohan Sippy, produced by Samir Nair. The core plot revolves around Dr. Raj Nagpal, played by Mohammad Zishan Ayub.
Okay.
He's accused of murdering a nurse named Roshni Saluja.
And that's where the Family Matter subtitle really comes in, I guess.
Exactly. Raj and his wife, Anju, that's Servine Chawla, they find themselves deep in legal trouble pretty fast.
And Anju turns to Madhav Mishra.
She does. In desperation, she seeks his counsel. And the show really left viewers hanging after episode 6, big cliffhanger.
What happened?
Anju herself comes under police suspicion for Roshni's murder.
Wow, okay. So episode 6 leaves us there. What's expected heading into episode 7? Things must be getting tense for the Nagpals.
Oh, definitely. The case is expected to deepen quite a bit. More evidence is apparently set to surface.
Like what?
Details about Roshni's abortion, questions about her mother's surgery fund, things like that. The court's going to re-adjourn, and you'll see Madhav Mishra scrambling, trying to discredit these new accusations. Expect some dramatic courtroom stuff.
Classic criminal justice.
Yeah.
And the cast is stacked, as always.
Totally. You've got Pankaj Tripathi, obviously, Mohammad Zishan Ayub as Raj, Servine Chawla as Anju.
Ian Vashishtha's back too, right? As Mandira Mathur?
Yes, facing off against Mishra, and Shweta Basu Prasad as Lekha Agastya, plus Ashanegi, Khushbu Atre returning as Ratna Mishra, and Barka Singh as Shivani Mathur.
It's a solid lineup.
It is. And across all the reviews, all the fan reactions, Pankaj Tripathi's performance just shines.
Always.
People call him tremendous, awesome. He's clearly a huge, huge draw for the show, consistently.
Okay, but for me, this is where it gets really juicy. the fan theories.
Ah, yes, the Reddit rabbit hole.
That staggered release, while annoying for some, has absolutely fueled this intense speculation, hasn't it? People are dissecting everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's fascinating is how thoughtful these theories often are. Fans are looking at patterns from previous seasons, like how the show often points you towards an early suspect who turns out to be innocent.
The classic red herring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they also note the climax can sometimes feel quite sudden. So it makes you wonder, are the obvious suspects just misdirection?
And that subtitle again, A Family Matter, that feels like a massive clue, right? Suggests the killer is probably someone within the family structure.
It strongly implies that, yeah, though some theories really stretch the definition of family.
So what specific clues are people focusing on?
Well, the murder weapon is a big one. That scalpel-shaped piece from Raj's award. It implies a precise, clean cut.
Leading to theories about doctors or nurses.
Right. Also, no sign of a struggle. That suggests the victim knew the attacker, or maybe the attack was just completely unexpected.
And the CCTV footage is key too.
Crucial. No new people seen entering the building, so it narrows it down to residents or someone who stayed over.
And what about Roshni herself, the victim?
Well, fan analysis suggests she wasn't entirely innocent, let's say. There was the pregnancy, the abortion, talk of her maybe double dating, even trying to intimidate Anju.
Adds complexity to the motive possibilities.
Definitely. So, shall we run through some of the main suspects, according to the fans, keeping in mind we're just relaying what people are theorizing?
Let's do it. Where do we start? The immediate circle.
Probably with the daughter, Ira. Her behavior, the piano incident, the teddy bear, plus that really disturbing drawing.
The one labeled Mama with the figure in blood. Yeah, that's creepy. People can't agree if Mama is Roshni or Anju, right?
Exactly. Puts her right in the frame for many.
Yeah.
But there are counter-arguments.
Like the clean cut doesn't fit a child's attack.
Right. And her condition is Asperger's and low blood sugar, not something typically associated with planned violence. Plus, many feel the show just wouldn't or shouldn't go there portraying a special needs child that way.
But there are variations, like she was manipulated.
Yeah, theories like she was a pawn for her mother, or maybe she killed Roshni by accident, mistaking her for Anju because they wore similar saris. It's complicated.
Okay, so if not Ira, maybe too obvious or too dark, then Anju Nagpal, the wife. She's already under official suspicion.
She is. And she was seen getting rid of something that looked like the weapon.
Motive could be protecting Ira.
That's a big theory. Plus, people noted she seemed oddly calm at the scene, though others dispute that. And then there's those little details, her phone dropping, giving check to the maid, Kamala, knowing about Raj's keys.
Yeah.
It all adds up for some viewers.
What about Raj's mother? The granny.
She's definitely on the suspect list for some. Handing over garbage bags, that sarcastic nod someone picked up on in a comment about God-given opportunity to reunite the family. Chillin' stuff.
But her alibi is pretty solid, isn't it? Leaving before Raj went jogging.
It seems strong, yeah. Some fans even floated the idea she might be a former doctor, tying back to the clean-cut idea.
Okay, moving slightly outwards, but still in the house. Kamala, the maid. This seems like a really popular theory online.
Very popular, often linked to a revenge motive. Maybe her husband died because of Raj's medical negligence or a bad prescription.
And the mistaken identity angle comes up here too, right? Killing Roshni instead of Anju due to the saris.
Yes, that's part of it. Clues people point to are flashbacks showing her cutting fish very precisely.
Ah, the precision again.
And that scene where Madhav Mishra questions her directly. But again, some argue, does a maid fit the family matter theme strictly? Others say her connection to the family makes it count. It's debatable.
That clean-cut clue just keeps pointing back to medical professionals, though.
It really does. Which opens the door to other doctors, other nurses, like Ira's doctor, Dr. Arch Mystery.
Why him?
Potential professional jealousy over Raj's award. Maybe he was involved with Roshni, father of the aborted child, perhaps. He also reacted really angrily when Ira was suspected, and he's been seen with Anju. Lots of threads there.
Then there's the nurse Raj humiliated in the operating theater earlier in the season.
Clear motive, potential skill for the clean cut, definitely a suspect.
Even Roshni's own nurse friend.
Yeah, theory there is maybe she confronted Roshni about something, maybe about Ira's diet, and things went wrong accidentally.
And don't forget Roshni's ex-fiancé, Digvijay.
Right. Also has a medical background, potential motive from the past relationship. He's in the mix too.
Wow. And because of the CCTV limitations, people are even looking at neighbors.
Some are, yeah. Like Harnav Doshi, Ira's batchmate from the 8th floor. If no one new came in, it had to be someone already there, right? Just shows how deep people are digging.
It's a lot to take in. And what's wild is how fans argue against theories too, right?
Oh, absolutely. People point out contradictions. Raj is right-handed, but maybe the cut suggests a left-handed killer. Granny's alibi is too strong. No CCTV supports that person being there. It's proper detective work.
And the general feeling is Madhav Mishra usually wins, right? Which might suggest Raj isn't the killer, or maybe sets up an even bigger twist if he is.
Exactly. It adds another layer to the guessing game.
So, for everyone holding their breath, let's just recap the final schedule. We've had episodes 1 through 6. Episode 7 is out today, June 26th.
Correct. And that leads the finale, episode 8. There was apparently some confusion, maybe from Wikipedia edits suggesting it was earlier.
Yeah, I saw some of that chatter.
But the makers have confirmed. The official finale drop is Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. So that's the date to circle for the big reveal.
Got it, July 3rd. And once Criminal Justice wraps up, what's next on JioHotstar? Anything lined up?
Yep, seems like another big one is planned. Special Ops 2.0, starring Kay, came in on, so they're keeping the momentum going.
Okay, good to know. So, wrapping up this deep dive then, we've really seen these core tensions play out.
The fan frustration with the weekly release, which, definitely annoyed some viewers used to binging.
Versus the genuine praise for Pankaj Tripathi and this really gripping murder mystery they've built.
Right. And what's kind of incredible, maybe unintentionally, is how that weekly wait, while frustrating, has sparked this amazing online community of armchair detectives.
Yeah, it's turned viewers into active participants, hasn't it? All thinking critically, sharing theories, really engaging with the show week after week.
Exactly. Sometimes maybe less immediate access does lead to more sustained engagement, a more active community.
So as Madhav Mishra keeps digging and the internet keeps buzzing with all these theories, what stands out to you, the listener? What's the most compelling piece of evidence you've seen, or the most surprising suspect you've heard floated?
Yeah, what are you going to be looking for as these last couple of episodes drop? It's going to be fascinating to see who was right.